All right, hey everyone. Thanks for being here today for this AMA session. We have Catchoin with us today. This is a return AMA for them. Catchcoin's underlying business model is to drive foot traffic to businesses, any events. And so, with that being said, I'd like to welcome Nick back. Nick, if you can go ahead and start out introducing yourself, talking about your team, and give us a bit of insight into your background experience.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me back again. My name is Nick Loris. I'm the CEO of Catchcoin. As you mentioned, Catchcoin is a Web3 dApp that's specific for driving foot traffic to physical locations, businesses, commercial enterprises, events, restaurants, bars, anything you can think of that would want to incentivize foot traffic. My background is in more Web2 business, traditional finance. I spent many years raising money for private placements and partnerships in all different industries, everything from real estate to technical to gadgets and inventions and oil and gas. And, as a avid crypto investor for many years, when the opportunity arose for me to get onboarded with Catchcoin, I jumped on it. Catchcoin's been in development for quite a few years. I came in later on, so there was a history prior to even me getting involved. And when I saw what it was and the spirit behind the founder and how far he had come and how close it really was, and the amount of profound value that I think it could bring to a tremendous amount of different industries worldwide, I thought, wow, this is an incredible opportunity that I just wasn't going to let pass by. And since then, it's kind of just taken over a life of its own. And now I'm a Web3 guy and navigating through the Web3 space.
Awesome. And I think once in the Web3, I think it's going to be very hard to come back to Web2, correct?
Impossible. You can't unlearn,
You cannot unlearn. I love it. Even though it's crazy right now, but I love the Web3. I think the potential, the future of Web3 is amazing. I think we're just starting. That's it. We just, I've said it before, but I think we really are starting due to the fact that the regulation in USA, right? It's gonna be opened up to the whole world. So yeah, we're in the very beginning stage of crypto Web3. So very excited. So with that, Nick, so yeah, I appreciate you coming back here. And before we start, Nick, like you mentioned earlier here, off the mic here, you guys were here 6 months ago, right? Around almost a year ago. And I do see that. Yeah, close to a year ago. And I do see, and I remember correctly, it was a live token, right? So before we begin, and I do see that you guys have a pre-sale coming up. Let's go back a little bit and kind of like walk us through, what happened and why are you guys going to a pre-sale again?
So the last time that we were on with you, we were in development. We had a project. It was pretty far along the path development-wise, but there was still a lot to be done. And we had a really successful pre-sale I don't want to say really successful, but successful enough to provide us with a really rock-solid foundation community. They supported us through the development process. And at some point, we ended up incorporating a piece of Web3 software, affiliate software, that would allow us to decentralize the adoption of Catchcoin by providing an opportunity for individuals or businesses, whether I looked at it as an outside sales team kind of scenario, or whether we gave licenses for specific geographical areas to commercial enterprises that had the horsepower to push the adoption for us. But whatever the case would be, this software allows us to leverage the efforts of others in order to push the adoption, and it provides them with an opportunity to build a residual income off of the accounts that they open for the life that the account pays. So we basically created a partnership part of our revenue, and now we have the ability to grow at lightning speed as a result of leveraging the efforts of others.
Okay, so the coin never went live. correct?
No. It did go live, but we had to relaunch. We started off with a token contract, and now we have a token contract and two business contracts that manage all the functions of the flow of money from the time the business pays all the way through until everybody gets paid out on the other end, the promoters, the OG community, and the team. So we basically had to relaunch the token contract in order to incorporate these three things together. And we thought that because of, well, we had made it through some pretty rough times with the market over the last year since the last time we talked, and we had gotten the app done and gone into beta, but we thought it was a great opportunity because of the timing and the deregulation to reposition ourselves, provide a little bit more liquidity to be available so that we could now turn this into more of a marketing push versus a development deal. And that's why we're coming back, as we launch these other contracts, we're doing another pre-sale to raise additional funds for now that we have the app to be able to really push the app.
So the people who are holding the old contract, the tokens of the old contract, will be migrating to the new contract.
Correct.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
they ended up because this was kind of like a two-phase thing, and the development aspect of it, especially trying to accomplish this through the market that we had in this scenario. We felt that those really, truly, incredibly loyal community members that stuck through us with that should benefit at a much higher level than anyone moving forward. Basically, the development and the marketing are two different animals. There was an enormous amount of risk associated with getting the app finished and functional to the level that it is. So what we did was we increased, there was an initial program of 20% revenue share, and we ended up increasing that to 30% and making it for the OG holders. So now what we did was we switched more into a marketing crypto project where all we need to do is really push the adoption of the app. So we did several key things within our tokenomics that would allow revenue from the business to flow into the ecosystem, whether it be through providing liquidity or buying and burning catch from a deflationary mechanism. So we have a mechanism in the contract that takes 5% of our business revenue and drives it into the liquidity. And then when the liquidity reaches a certain threshold, it'll stop adding to the liquidity and it'll start burning catch that it purchases. So that was another element that we added in order to incentivize the growth of the ecosystem and kind of balance out the two phases.
Awesome. And I like to go, I like to dive deep into the tokenomics towards the end here of the AMA segment here. So yeah, thank you for that, Nick. I just want to get that out of the way because I know there's also been questions in the room as well. Why are you guys back with another pre-sale? So I appreciate that, the answer there. All right, so let's get back to the core business model of the project here, which is to drive traffic to businesses in pretty much any events, right? So being a business entrepreneur myself, I do have some business in real life as well. So traffic is the most important thing for every single business out there to survive, right? So apparently you guys recognize the importance of that, and that's why you guys created this project. So yeah, let's talk about that. How is this helping businesses out there?
Well, with the takeover of e-commerce, a lot of physical location-orientated businesses have been suffering. They see a lot of their customers, utilizing the convenience of shopping online, and it's hurt them significantly. So being that we are digital and Web3, and we can provide a solution that would incentivize that foot traffic, we thought it was something that not only was in demand, but would give an edge to, not only the retailers that are using the app to drive the traffic, but also create a really fun experience for the people using the app. So from our perspective, there was a number of dynamics there that we felt, if you look at them as a whole, it brings a tremendous amount of value, to really any business or commercial establishment that wants to drive foot traffic, whether they've been suffering from, the hit from e-commerce or not.
Right, very important. Walk with us through the technology, or what are you guys doing in order to drive the traffic to a business?
So we think of ourselves kind of like a Pokemon Go, but for crypto. And the reason why is because of the core functionality of the app is using augmented reality and geolocation. So we're creating a gamified experience. There's no stuffed animals or anything, but what they're geolocating and what they're seeing with augmented reality is a reward-based customer loyalty system. That also is a tremendous, incredible digital advertising tool. Once the network reaches a certain saturation. So, you basically open the app up and you're able to see within a radius of where you are the coins that are currently available, coming available soon, or soon to no longer be available. And you're able to, follow the map, identify the coins using the augmented reality, and capture stable coin for the physical visit. So from the user's side, they're able to monetize their phone and have, a fun time doing it. It's like everybody, I think it was like 600 million users that joined up for Pokemon Go, and that was for the game side of it. Well, this is incentivized with real world rewards. So in a world where, money's tight, if people can save a few bucks on that coffee, or, get access a promotion at one of their favorite restaurants or whatever it is, because it's a foot traffic location reward and then purchase reward. They're able to potentially capture two rewards by trafficking those businesses. And then from the merchant side of things, not only are they able to target the exact type of customer that they want, age, gender, income, interests, all these different demographics and behaviors, but they're also able to choose the exact time that these rewards are offered so that they can target off-peak hours when their business would traditionally be needing a little action. So, and then the most significant part of it is, unlike any other advertising that I see, especially for physical locations, they don't, they load the money in the account, but they don't actually pay until the person is in their showroom floor in their location. And then once that person collects the reward, they end up getting the profile information of the person so that they know, who is in the location and that fits the demographics. It was there at the proper time. And then they're able to communicate with them through the app and send them an offer for that secondary promotion. So it adds a dynamic to the advertising side of things that you don't see in any other traditional advertising, whether it be the targeting, the specific hours, or even the fact that they don't actually pay until the person's physically there.
Okay. So so let's say I'm a business, right? So pretty much I will put, like, let's say a $5 worth of Catchoin as a business owner, right? As an award, like almost like a call to actions to promote a certain product within my store, right? And the user, if they the open, hey, Seattle's business right now has a $5 Catchoin to give away, and I will advertise under that, that coin, whatever it is, right? List whatever I want to promote. And so it's pretty much like a call to actions with an award of the Catchoin, correct? So the user will come in to get these coins. So by doing so, I'm they coming in. So pretty much I'm driving traffic to my shop. Is that pretty much sums it up there?
Yeah, exactly. So there's two applications. There's customer loyalty. And in that scenario, the customer shows up at their favorite business, whatever it is, establishment, and they see a promotion on the by the register that says this is a catchcoin zone. Download the app to collect your rewards. So the customer would download the app, and then that relationship is between the establishment and, from a customer loyalty perspective, they're already existing customers. Now, what happens is once we achieve 100 accounts per million in local population, now we have a network, and that network has value because, see, we've identified 17 different industries that utilize customer loyalty from, historically. So we would target those first to achieve that 100 accounts per million and this is for strictly customer loyalty. But now once you have that 100 accounts per million and you have that network and that network has value, now other neighboring businesses that are not traditionally customer loyalty program users can now use Catchoin and capture the attention of all of the customer loyalty programs that built the foundation of the network. So basically, strategically, we plan on going into a geographical area like, say, South Beach, where it's small and there's a lot of action and there's a lot of trafficking. And we would first target those businesses for customer loyalty. And then as soon as the threshold was met and we had enough of them in the network, we could then blast the advertising to the general population of not only all the businesses outside of customer loyalty, but also for the end users to download digital advertising, because that'll build the strength and the value of the network, would be having more users. So this is something where, first gear is customer loyalty programs, which is like a $13 billion a year industry. And then once we achieve that threshold in whatever geographical location, however big it is, then we're able to shift into second gear, which is a much, much bigger market when it comes to digital advertising and the amount of different potential businesses that would find value with our app. So we really would open ourselves up a lot by achieving that first target market of 100 accounts per 1 million in population.
Okay, so 100, let me write this, that 100 accounts per 1 million. Okay. Wow, that's actually that's a very ambitious goal.
Yeah. Well, South Florida is 6 million people. So it would be 600 accounts from the Palm Beach County line down to the tip of Dade. And that's a really, if you've ever followed South Florida, it's a lot.
I assume that you guys can focus on like specific zone, then slowly scaling out, right? Is that what the plan is?
Yeah. So, anything can change if maybe we end up with a very specific relationship that allows us a lesser path of resistance. But the plan is if we end up continuing on the track we are now, would be to first start off in South Beach. And then once we achieve enough accounts just within that area, which is 15 square blocks or whatever, to switch it into digital advertising, and that be the test pilot market, and then just grow it from there into all of South Florida, which would be 600 accounts for 6 million people. And if we can get the right traction there, the revenue generated would propel us. I mean, it would just be redeploying dollars for marketing just to saturate new areas and moving from one to the next as fast as possible.
Right, and the concept, like you said, that this is like Pokemon Go, right? The concept it's been proven, and you guys just taking this and apply it to, to business, right? And so the concept's been there already. It sounds crazy, but I mean, it works, and we've seen it works. Yeah, I mean, I can see it. I can see it. Definitely, I can see it, and it's actually a fun thing as well. For the people, even if you already shop at a certain location, so now there's another layer to this where you can earn additional money, right? Additional coins. You almost get like reward by going to the same shop that you've been doing if the business is on board with Catchoin. So that leads me to ask another question for you here, Nick. So how are you guys planning? Because there's two sides to this project, right? You have the consumer side and you have the business side. How are you guys planning to onboard, and what is the process, and does it cost the business to come on board at all?
So, we incorporated the affiliate software, which is why we went through the whole painstaking process of relaunching and issuing a new contract and all that. And now that software is going to allow us to, in the scenario that I just exampled of starting off in South Florida and South Beach, it'll allow me to hire independent representation that'll do traditional business to business sales, once the app is on Google Play Store, we get through beta, everything's perfect. We can have those salesmen physically go to the business, talk with the owner, and say, watch this. We'll set up a campaign right now, set it up, drop a few coins, and show them and showcase it right there in their location so they can kind of get an idea on what the user would be experiencing. And then it doesn't necessarily cost them anything to join or get on board. What we charge is if they want to give out $100 in rewards to their customers and they pay in stable coin, then it would be 12%. If they wanted to give a 12% of what they were giving away. So $100 giveaway would cost them $112. If they wanted to save some money and utilize the Catchoin by purchasing Catchoin and then paying us in Catchoin, then we would reduce that to 6%. So they would save 50% on the cost of using the system by purchasing and utilizing Catchoin in the system to drive more utility to the ecosystem. And that goes back more into the tokenomics again.
So it looks like your focus is to onboard the consumer first, right? Because without the users, it's going to be pretty hard to persuade this business to onboard. Is that assessment pretty correct?
Yeah, so when it comes to customer loyalty, we would be onboarding the business, and then what they would be doing is hanging up the QR code for the download of the app, and it says Catchcoin Zone. Download the app to capture your rewards. So now when the customers came into that business, they recognize that if they want it, it would be like when you walk into ice cream shop and they're trying to hand you that card that you got to put in your wallet and you got to keep it and hold it and remember it. And then you end up with 10 cards and they're all stamped once and you're trying to get your free milkshake because you got 10 stamps, but they're on 10 different cards. This is like that system being replaced for the shop location. So they advertise it to their customers, hey, participate in our rewards program. Now, once we shift and we have the threshold of accounts open, then we start really hard advertising the users because now we have a network and we want to build value behind that network because that's what's going to attract businesses that are not looking for customer loyalty, but they're looking for digital advertising, which is the much bigger kill. Customer loyalty, 13 billion a year. Digital advertising, I wouldn't even know how to extrapolate, how to compile that number with all the different facets of digital advertising. It's just much bigger. So the customer loyalty, we're advertising and we're directly interfacing with the businesses that want to offer our system. So I'll give you an example. Starbucks came out with a Web3 a Web3 customer loyalty program named Odyssey. And they spent millions and millions of dollars in order to develop this system. So how many coffee shops are there out there that would love to be able to have that same gamified experience and give away rewards to their customers, but they're never going to go build a system. So this is one that they can adopt from a third party to be able to accomplish the same things that the bigger outfits are doing independently.
Yeah, I definitely can see that. Yeah, I definitely can see that where you can leverage the business to onboard the users as well, right? Yeah, yeah, sounds like a fun thing, to be honest with you. And I think there's a lot of incentive for users and the business, if this blows up. Have you guys gone through the process yet where you onboard a business or a user yet? Have you guys focused on like a certain area yet?
When the app was initially finished to the point of functionality, we had it go to our content creator, social media marketer, Crypto Rock. So he was the first one that, even though we were giving it to him for the purposes of helping to build content to showcase the app, he was the one running into all the initial bugs and little issues that needed to be addressed and fixed. And then once we were able to work a lot of that out, then we initiated a community beta test where any of our OG holders that wanted to get to use the app, experience the app, and assist us in identifying more bugs, because essentially what it is every different phone, size, screen, user always have different experiences. So, it'll work perfect for me, And then for you, you'll find something that I didn't find. So now we've had the community using it for a little while, and we've identified a bunch of more bugs. It's being updated now, and we're in the process of getting on the Google Play Store, which is a little bit of a process. We're going to have to do a beta inside their system. So we don't have any businesses yet using it, but the app is done, fully functional. And as soon as we can get through the red tape with Google Play Store, then that's the first step. iOS is almost done with development. It's right behind it. We haven't started the beta on the iOS, but it's trailing right behind, not far, maybe just a couple of weeks more, and we'll be doing the beta with the iOS as well. And then again, once we have it up on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, either or both, then we'll immediately begin onboarding a couple of strategic partnerships so that I can capture the real world value exchange and start building content around that. And then that's where we'll go for the push. You know, once we have a few businesses using it, functioning, and it's smooth and it's real world value is being exchanged, we'll be ready for a full rollout.
Yeah, I think the concept is a great idea. Have you guys done like deep research onto Pokemon Go and see what they did, how they were able to onboard the masses so quickly? What did
You
they do?
know, with Pokemon Go, I don't. It's one of those phenomenons. You know, nobody can really understand. I still haven't figured out. Like I get it with Catchoin because there's money involved. It's, you know, you're able to monetize your phone. But with Pokemon Go, aside from it being kids and they just liking Pokemon Go, you know, for them to amass 600 million users is incredible. It's mind-boggling, you know. So we hope to accomplish the same thing with the same level of marketing, because I think that's the key to really everything, including Pokemon Go. It was a marketing deal, and they were able to get that spark, and they were able to capture the attention of enough people that it created a snowball effect. And that's what I would really use to describe my understanding of, you know, because 600 million users for something like that, it really does take a spark. And that's what we're out to get. We're out to get just that spark because, again, when it comes to monetizing your phone and saving a buck in today's day and age, for me, it's a whole lot more motivating than anything else in the world. You know, you want to save $1 or $2 on that coffee or that meal or shopping in that retail store or going to that concert and have fun doing it. You know, that's something that I think will capture the attention of the masses when marketed properly.
Right. So when I think about, you know, this project here, because I've spent a lot of money on Facebook marketing, right? So probably hundreds of thousands of dollars. So on Facebook marketing, it's actually a very powerful tool where you can actually target a specific demographic, age, male, whatever, right? So what I think about this is like you guys definitely need a user base first. So I kind of think like kind of Pokemon Go. If you put let's say like a price, $10,000, $5,000, and you target this app specifically for, you know, the area in Florida you said there, within that city, you know, 30 miles radius, $10,000 with only if you have this app, and you will go hide this $10,000 somewhere in public, just kind of like Pokemon Go, right? And I'm pretty sure you'll get a lot of user base, you'll get a lot of downloads just so they can get that $10,000. And I think that's probably
Absolutely.
one of the ways.
We have cash
Comes
drops
to my head.
planned.
Right.
You know, we basically use our own system, and then we use traditional advertising to advertise a giveaway. And then we tell people, download the app, and you can find the rewards that are either all over the park, all over the city, whatever it is, and we can give out 10,000, 20,000, whatever it is in order to incentivize the usage. But that'll come once we build out that first initial network. Otherwise, you have a bunch of users and no businesses. We're the only ones giving the money out, you know?
Well, then I think you know, if you target a specific area, let's say a place in Florida, right? Once you have a user base within that radius, right? Now you can come back to the businesses inside within that radius and say, hey, listen, I'm gonna drop 1,000 in here. You want to sponsor? You want to sponsor this drop, right? And there you go.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I think the idea is actually it's a great idea. I think it's a fun idea as well. You can turn this into like a gamification type of thing, right? Have fun at the same time, and I'm pretty sure I see that in your white paper as well.
Absolutely.
All right, so you guys working on the iOS, and how about the Android? Is that live or?
The Android's done. That's the one that's in the beta testing right now. And I think we've got about, at this point, plus, the community, plus the team, it's probably about 25 people that have been beta testing it. And I started having fun with it. I got good enough with dropping the coin that I could actually put it on my desk in front of the computer using the map and the zoom and the pin. So it just takes a little practice, and you can get really good with dropping it and almost put it pretty much exactly where you want it.
Wow, really?
Yeah, the way that Google does the mapping and the geolocation is incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's. I did not know that. To be honest, I've never played Pokemon Go. I've heard about it. All my friends played it,
Me neither.
but I remember seeing people just walking around like crazy in traffic and trying. I'm like, what the hell are they doing? It was something to see. I mean, it was incredible.
Yeah, I heard a few stories about people in traffic or falling, or they get so into the game they're paying attention more to the augmented reality than what's directly in front of them. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So looks like you have the pre-sale coming up on Genpad. Now, are you guys still on Base blockchain?
Yes, we're staying with Base. Base has been tremendous. So yeah, we're not moving from Base.
Okay, and your pre-sale is coming up. And that's in a couple of days, correct?
Yeah, pre-sale starts on Monday, and we launch on Thursday.
Oh wow. Okay, so pre-sale starts on Monday and you guys launch on Thursday. Okay. What are you guys trying to raise?
So really, it's just a marketing push. We're giving everything we got to push this as far as we can, and then based on the amount that we do raise, it'll be used as another stepping stone. So the entire object is to get the ecosystem healthy enough to be able to push the adoption of the app, and then utilize the business revenue to then support the ecosystem. So it's, with an app like this and the opportunity that we have, this is something where, are we going to be taking baby steps, or are we going to be taking huge leaps? And that really just comes down to how much money we can raise. There is no hard cap. So it's not like, in a lot of investments, the investment is very specific and X amount of dollars is needed. And if you were to get any type of funds over that amount, it would create some lack of efficiency, or you wouldn't be able to deploy the money properly just because of the nature of the project. But because of what this is and how much actual opportunity there is worldwide, it really comes down to, if we have a successful raise, we'll do, South Beach and then use business revenue to fund the growth. But if we have a successful enough pre-sale and we're able to roll the marketing and grow the token in the ecosystem, and we have enough resources available, then we will still start off with South Beach. But rather than growing slowly based on the revenue, it'll allow us to push through a lot further, a lot faster, and capture a lot more cash flow all at once. And that will solidify our ability to really function properly. This is the type of deal that, think of, another example. It's a platform, exists worldwide, connects two parties like Uber. Could you imagine trying to start Uber with one driver? So the amount of resource that we need in order for this to truly roll out at its potential is enormous, And anything less will just create a situation where we have to self finance that through the revenue of the business, and it'll just slow down the amount of time that it takes to capture that target cash flow, which really is the whole world. It might take us a little while to do that, but at the end of the day, this is something that crosses all borders and all monies and all systems, and no matter where you go, there's a merchant that wants to show his appreciation to his customers and attract new ones. And it really does fit almost every type of business you can think of.
Right. I mean, the potential for this project is huge. And like you said, it runs through everyone, every business in the world, once implemented. Yeah, but yeah, very ambitious project. I think the idea is great. I mean, it's an amazing idea, and I love to see something like this succeed in the Web3. I think it'd be amazing to see. Okay, so you got the pre-sale in 2 days, and you're launching in on Thursday, which is 5 days from now, right?
That's correct.
Okay, and earlier you mentioned something about in regards to deflationary. So how does that work?
So there's two different places where the deflationary mechanism comes into play. We have a buy and sell tax on the token. So the purchase tax is 3%. 1% goes to liquidity, 1 goes to reflections for the community directly in their wallet, and then 1 goes to operations. And then on the sell tax, it's 6%, and it looks very similar. It's 2% reflections to the community, 2% to the liquidity, 1% to operations, and we burn 1%. So 1% of every token that's sold is burned in that deflationary mechanism. And then on the other side, we have the app. And when the app is used, there's a percentage breakdown of the company revenue. So if we charge 12% to use the app and to give rewards to your customers or attract new customers, then that 12% becomes our revenue. 5% of that goes to the liquidity, but only till the liquidity reaches a certain threshold. We don't want the liquidity getting too fat. And then it switches and it starts to purchase and burn catch. So whenever our liquidity is not in need of additional funds, we're purchasing catch and we're burning catch through the smart contract. So those are the two deflationary mechanisms that we have.
Okay. So through the fees for the business and through the taxes, you said 3 and 6, correct?
Yeah, the buy tax is 3%, the sell tax is 6%, and the burn is 1% of the sell.
Okay, 3 and 6 and 1%. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, for those that may be asking, Nick, like right now, if you look at the projects going on right now, almost like there's no tax project left, right? Like what differentiate you guys? Like why would investors buy into a project with taxes at the moment right now? Like what is the incentive behind it?
So for us, if and I see a lot of avoidance for taxes. It cuts out a lot of traders that are trying to make a quick buck on the up and down. For us as a utility project, it creates a sustainable ecosystem that is constantly being replenished through the volume. So, as a holder, you're rewarded for holding by capturing those reflections on the buy and the sell tax. And also the deflationary, knowing that the supply is going to go down, not only based on the volume, but on the revenue side as well. For us, it was just sustainability and creating a healthy ecosystem is really the short answer, and being able to have that circulate back as a benefit to the holders.
Right. Yeah, I guess there's also reflections as well if you guys hold a token. I think 2% reflections on the sell and 1% on the buy.
Correct.
So
And
it's
then
pretty much
1% goes to liquidity and 2% to liquidity on the sell. And then it also funds operations, which with enough volume, it gives us enough money to also not only foster a lot of support for the ecosystem, but we can also at some point delegate that money to pushing the app, which then further funds the ecosystem. So it's just a self-perpetuating spin wheel, basically, that at some point between volume and burn should lead to some really explosive appreciation.
Yeah, I think the business model, the tokenomics is, it's actually it's a great tokenomics, right? On the same token, right? I'm seeing both sides as well. As you know, it does rely on the volume, right? And sometimes it can be a impediment to the volume as well. I'm pretty sure you guys are mindful of that. But I think you guys have it planned out pretty good here. All right, so okay, I think we pretty much got everything there, Nick. Uh, so just to recap, it looks like the project. I think the idea is great here. The idea is great, and I love to see this project succeed. Again, being an entrepreneur myself and having businesses in real life as well, I think anything to drive foot traffic to the business is enormous for the business. I mean, every single business out there wants that, right? And they're willing to pay just to get the traffic in. So I think if Nick here implement this project correctly, like the way he has it down here, I think it'll be a great benefit to every business out there. So there are two sides to this project. So Nick, let's just kind of recap here for the business side of it. What would you say, why would the business come on board? And also as for the users as well, what are incentives for the users? If we can go ahead and recap that really fast, that'd be awesome.
Sure. Yeah. For the businesses, it's an opportunity from a customer loyalty perspective to engage their customers, show customer appreciation, increase sales by offering promotions and customer retention. From a digital advertising perspective, it allows them to attract new customers into their business. Not only are they able to capture the attention of the exact type of customer they want, but they're able to do it at the exact off-peak hours that they want to stimulate that foot traffic. And then they don't pay for it until the person is in the physical location capturing the coin. Upon capturing the coin, there's a relationship, there's communication. The business owner gets the profile details of the customer and is able to offer them a secondary promotion to stay and purchase something utilizing the rewards that they just got, an opportunity to get their advertising dollars back on the spot. So those are pretty much the significant things for the business. For the user, it's a gamified experience where they can monetize their phone. They can save money visiting their favorite business establishments. Monetize their phone. Pokemon Go of crypto.
Yeah, and you earn. I mean, you pretty much earn free money, right? Free money essentially. And we all like that. We all like that. Yeah, I mean, when you zoom out, once you guys have the user base, and if you guys go on and implement the way your vision, you have that as your vision here, and I think it's gonna be enormous. I think it's gonna be fun, right? Because Pokemon Go's, I mean, that's pretty much the same concept, except for they're applying same strategy to the business, right? And to benefit the business. Yeah, I mean, it works. It works. So, Nick, man, I like the idea a lot. I really like the idea a lot, and I really look forward to see your success in this vision that you have here. Now, you are the CEO, right, Nick?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. Where are you from?
I was born in New Jersey, and I spent most of my life in Florida.
Oh, Florida. Okay. Yeah, I do have the wife's family from Tampa.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
Costa Rica currently. I've been down here for about 13 years and love this place.
Costa Rica, huh? Oh my gosh, it's like a vacation for you every day down there.
It's like Groundhog's Day, but a vacation, exactly.
Wow,
I feel
13
like a
years.
tourist all the time. Yeah.
I bet. Wow, I've never been there, I want to. Never been there. Sounds like you're having a good life.
It's you know, life is amazing. I guess it's all what you make it. And I've just been truly blessed. The you know, the skies parted for me. They gave me a great opportunity to come down here and just live the dream. And man, I can't think of a better way to do it than to be in paradise and doing what I do every day with Catchcoin.
That is amazing. That is amazing. I think that's the type of life that we all want to have, right? Like Nick said that, right? Life's about, there's a saying that how you see the world is how you see yourself, right? Or how you see yourself, how you see the world, right? So yeah, life is what you make it. All right, Nick. Yeah, appreciate you being here again. It's been almost a year now, and nice to having you back. And again, I do like the vision. I definitely like the vision, and I think I may participate. I'm going to participate in the pre-sale because I do love the idea. Really do like the
Very
idea a lot.
cool. Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much for having us on. We do appreciate the time and the attention and the support and everything. You guys are great. That's why when we decided to do this, we were, you know, right at the top of the list. So I really do appreciate it. And, you know, maybe we'll do it again sometime.
Thank you so much, Nick.
All right. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye. All right, guys. Well, that's Catchcoin AMA. That's the returning AMA. They've been here a year before, almost a year before. They're back today. Pre-sales in around 2 days from now on Gempat, which is one of our partners as well. I love the idea. I really do. Idea is very ambitious. It's fun. It's great for, if you have a business, it's great for business. But it is very ambitious. I will be partaking in the pre-sale. And I do like a nice idea project. And this is one of them, right? So yeah. Well, I'm gonna go get some rest, take some medication. I'm freaking worn out actually just by speaking. That's never happened before. But we're gonna go ahead and pick a winner here, listening for as a one listener here. PIX. PIX, congrats. I'm gonna go ahead and take your name down here. Let me grab this really quick. And after this guy, we're gonna go ahead and do a random number 1 to 200. As always, 5 guesses only. My team is gonna post a TG, join the TG, give a feedback on the AMA. Do not spam the room, okay? And we'll pick a winner there as well. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye.